Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on one of these Ice Cube AC units that actually keep a giant electrical panel cool. So this thing is responsible for keeping the components at a certain temperature, and right now it looks like this unit is set maybe for 83 degrees or just slightly lower, perhaps it's 80 degrees. So I'm gonna have to get this entire unit off because I want to clean the interior of it. So I'm gonna have to get to this fan, and the problem is I cannot get to the bolts that are on this side. So I'm gonna have to pop open this panel, unbolt the entire unit, and walk it down. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So the first thing I want to do is clean the exterior of the panel. All right, so that'll do. So now I just want to proceed to get this door open with my 11-in-1. Pull the tab out, unscrew it, pull the tab out, unscrew it, and pull the tab out. And then I will open my door. Now that I have my door open, I will go ahead and get some more wipes, and I will just clean the seam right here. Looks pretty good. All right, so what we got here is we have a Slave EtherCAT PLC Beckhoff. We have a 24 volt 120 to 24 volt power supply. We have a GFCI receptacle that feeds the AC unit. So this is what feeds the AC unit, so we'll be opening that. We have a couple main breaker and some individual breakers that actually go to a couple different things on the unit itself. So that one is Recep 1, and we have basically these things read tension that provides them as far as their process goes. So that's basically their process is based on tension on fiber strands and keeping them at a certain tension. These are the actual monitors that feed a signal to the motor that will either provide or remove tension. So that is that quick little overview of what's going on here. So for the moment, I'm really not going to do much. I'm just going to unplug the AC unit and remove this cable tray cover and get the AC unit unplugged. So from here, I'm going to have to unbolt these 7/16 bolts and then pull the AC unit out where I can work on it. So let me go get a cart for this AC unit. Okay, so I have my cart here. So the next step is I'm going to go ahead and start loosening these two bottom bolts. I'll get the two bottom bolts removed, and then I will start backing out the two top bolts. Let me turn on the light here. I'll back out the two top bolts, but I will not remove the nut. And then I will start to remove my AC unit, and then I could get it released so that I can actually take it out by hand, one person. This is essentially a two-man job, but there is I don't have anybody available today. So as far as I know, it looks like a 7/16. There we go. All right. So I got the first bolt out. I'm gonna go ahead and pocket that. Okay. Might have got it loose enough so that I can get it out with my hand. Looks like I'm getting it. Okay, here we go. Got it. All right, so there we go. So now let me get those two top ones out. All right, so here we are at the top bolts. I'm gonna go ahead and pull, loosen one. So let me go ahead and get this guy loose, and there he goes. And then let me start to loosen the other one. And what I'm looking for is to see if my AC unit is gonna start walking out as I loosen it, if it's gonna start falling forward. Because then I'm gonna need a second person to kind of hold it in place while I back off the screws. And I was hoping I can do this with one person because I don't really have anybody available at the moment. It looks like it is going to walk out. Is it? I don't know. No, it looks like we're doing okay. All right, there we go. So that is the first one. Now let's get the second one. So you see how the AC unit is not falling forward? It's because it has weather sealing around it, and I believe that has been on there for so long, the weather sealing has more or less melded to the casing. So I'm gonna go ahead and run over to the other side and pull that unit off. Okay, now I will proceed to pull this unit out of the cavity. Oh, these units, they are pretty heavy. So let me go ahead and get the cord out of there, and there we go. Okay, so now I'm gonna proceed to walk it down this step. Oh. There we go. So I now have the AC unit removed from the electrical cabinet, And as you guys can see, this thing is pretty dirty. These units take a lot of abuse up there, but they do serve their function and they do keep the cabinets cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this thing down a little bit. But before I begin to do that, I'm gonna go ahead and look at what I wanna do about either replacing a unit on this cabinet or repairing this unit in the moment and seeing if we can't get it back replaced on that cabinet today. So we are back and we have a absolutely brand new unit. So we will be removing this unit and replacing it with this other unit right here. So the only thing we will have to do is get the weather stripping kit and apply that. And the only other thing I noticed is that these bolts on this newer unit are just slightly bent, so I really need those bolts to line up. So I just been kind of straightening it out. Okay, so it looks like we got the bolt situation handled. So we'll go ahead and leave the hardware there. That is the same hardware that will fit that one. So I will push this guy out of the way for the moment, and we will focus on getting this panel cleaned up, getting the weather stripping on that unit, and then getting it moved up into place and set, which is probably going to be hard for one person. I don't know if I will need a second hand yet, but we'll worry about that when that time comes. Let's get this bad boy cleaned up. There we go. Nice, beautiful. So let's start applying this weather stripping. Yes sir. We got, what do we got here? So it looks like we got 2 long pieces, right? And then we got 3 short pieces. So if we pay attention to the weather stripping pattern on the old one, we have, let me turn on this light, make sure I am recording. So we have 1 long piece, which would be up there, perfect. That's this guy. Okay, we know when he comes up. And then it looks like one of these at the bottom, one of these at the top, and one of these right in the middle area. So we'll go ahead and get that all taken care of. All right, so there it is. That is not too bad. Looking good, looking good. Okay, so the next step is I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this guy lifted off this cart and walked up that ladder into its little housing, and then we will see if it's going to stay. So let me twist this guy into place and I will start moving him up. So before I let go, I want to make sure that it is going to stay, and it looks like he is staying in place. So let me put that underneath there. Let me get these 2 locking nuts, and you know what, I'm gonna need that. So let's go put this bad boy, lock this bad boy down inside. All right, so here we are. Let me get, there we go. We got the first screw on. He is not going anywhere. The first nut. Now let me get the second nut on and make sure that he is not going to fall out of his socket. So there we go. Got those into place. So now I will proceed to get these bottom ones into place. Okay, so it looks like we got that one in. Okay, so we got them both in. Finally. Took a little bit of doing, but we got both of them in. So I'm gonna go ahead and just continue to tighten these bolts, and then we will get this all locked in and plugged in and verify operation, maybe set the temperature, and then we will proceed to clean the other one. All right, there we go. Nice. Pull it into the cabinet. I don't want to go too tight, you know, tight enough is good. All right, a little bit tighter on that one. All right, so that feels really good. So I am gonna go ahead and just maybe just move that zip tie in order to get this guy plugged in instead of routing it through the wire raceway. Okay, so operation is on. We have our evaporator fan blowing air, and the air does feel very nice and cool. So I'll tell you what, I think we are at the point where I can put this raceway guard back in place, and we can do the rest of the work from the outside. Let me get that wire way back on there. All right, so that is beautiful. Oh, and that is blowing definitely colder air. All right, so I will get this door closed, and I will go ahead and put my locking tabs into place. And let me find my 11-in-1 and we'll get this all buttoned up. So it looks like the unit, the inside of the unit, the inside of the cabinet is 77 degrees, which is beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and set a set point. And I did not know this. I've done my research, and that's how I came to know this next step that we're gonna take. But it is not expected for somebody to just install something and know how to program it. I mean, this kind of stuff takes time. So I know from past experiences, because I've done many of these units. So to know the program code right off the bat, to even know where to find it inside of the manual, it'll take you a little bit of doing. So the program code for these Ice Cube units right out of the box is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the little dancing window for program. So now we are in program mode. So I will proceed to set the set point. Let's see if that dancing window stops. Okay, so 80 is the set point, and we are on cool right now. So should I leave the set point to 80? I will go to 78, and then I will select, what is that, alarm? Our high alarm is set for 131. I will set my high alarm for 90, because I do not want this cabinet to get to 90. And we will see if these parameters are going to work. Select my next. So my low alarm, which we will never get lower, is going to be let's say 67. It's really irrelevant. Yeah, 43. Yeah, that's perfect for me. There we go. All on POA. Okay, so those are just some other parameters, and we will leave our set point. So we had set our set point to 78, so it is now working down from 78, and we are on cool. We have our cool light flashing. That is our status. This is our status. We are out of program mode and we are in normal operation. So this thing will work on cooling until it gets down to 78, and it should maintain around 78 to 80 degrees. And that is a successful install. So the next thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and put this, we will put this filter in. I got stuff on my mind. After we wash it. Okay, so we have our filter all cleaned up. No fiber on it. Just a little damp. That is fine. And we will go ahead and place that into its filter slot. And now we have a unit that has been changed out. We have airflow. The unit is operational, blowing out semi-warm air, and that is a beautiful thing. So that will conclude removing and replacing the Ice Cube AC unit in order to keep these large electrical cabinets clean. That is the full process. Actually very simple, anybody can do it. Doesn't take any type of skill other than knowing how to put some weather stripping or how to set your temperature, your on and off temperature, basically setting a thermostat. That's all it is, but you have to know a fancy code, and that is the process. The other thing is to be very careful around a live electrical panel, but we don't not want to shut this machine down because they have memory stored and memory logged. So I don't feel it was relevant to have to shut the machine down in order to get this little job done. So that's why I did not do that. But if you are new and lacking experience, I would suggest that you do everything you can to shut a unit down and get it all locked and tagged. The only thing I had to do is maintain a safe distance from any type of live controls, and all the controls are pretty much guarded anyways. So I want to thank everybody for watching. this AC unit replacement, and I will be focusing on this dirty beast of an AC unit, and I will try to get this cleaned up and operational again. So I may or may not be doing a video on that, but either way, stay tuned. And if you have not yet subscribed, this would be the perfect time for you to go ahead and smash that subscribe button. It ain't nothing but to hit the button. I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure everybody stays safe out there. Thank you. Later.